Here we go, guys. Welcome to another video. Thanks for clicking on. Mainly going to take a quick look at gold and silver, maybe the DXY. But as you see, gold having another great day, getting closer and closer to that 5,000. Okay, now is that going to be a real strong psychological number for the market? I mean, we do need a pullback here. As you can see, gold loves to uh, have a few days of consolidation, then a breakout, a few days of consolidation, then a breakout. So that's honestly, that's really even going back here. But anyway, honestly, that's pretty good for the chart. I mean, we're not getting too overextended above the 20. For example, like we were doing here, then we had to put in a pretty good pullback. Okay, just like you got to bend your knees, come lower in order to jump. Your kids got to hit the trampoline, go lower in order to have it push them higher, so on and so forth. So yeah, that's one of the things that new traders, new investors don't understand, that in a bull market, you need to come in and then be able to, find that support, find those new buyers, go higher, and just, watch, rinse, repeat. But what we're looking at here, the reason why I have that arrow up there, uh, is that the bigger well, let me reverse it. The smaller this wick, like right here, I'm trying to scroll this in so you can see it. The smaller the wick, obviously, less and less people took profits on that, daily candle. And right here, we're seeing a little bit of profit taken, a little bit more than we did yesterday. Okay. Now we still have 3 hours to go. I mean, if they wanted to, they could run this up to, 4,900, close it at the very, high of the day, so on and so forth. But I just want to be cautious as this comes out of this consolidation zone, this sideways consolidation zone. As it comes out and moves higher, if we start putting in, like a higher high, let's say tomorrow, and then we start putting in into next week, lower high, then we could be looking at a little pullback here, and then see, something like that, then make a run for that 5,000. Then, the ball's up in the air. I'm not going to make any crazy predictions of what's going to happen. I feel like it'll be, a kind of not really a shock, but like, hey, a wake up call for a lot of traders, especially, depending on when they got in to this long term rally. And they could be taking, hey, scooping some of those chips off the table, because you know as well as I do, if you leave your chips on the table long enough in Vegas, guess what? You're going to lose them all and probably more. Okay. So that's going to be, very interesting for everybody. Then also on the weekly chart, again, narrow range, the 20 and the 200 coming together. Promise, guarantees, there's not too many of them in the market, but that one is that the 20 and the 200 will come back together. And as you can see, we're a little extended above the 20. 20 is very extended above the 200. And then obviously, the price is like on steroids, extended above the 200. And all of these things, all three will come back together, for a little meeting at some point. Okay. Now, who knows? It might be a year from now, it might be a month from now. Well, probably be, longer than a month. So, because this is a weekly chart. But anyway, just, in the interim, daily prices, so on and so forth, will adjust and come back to reality in around that 20, as we've seen, a million times here on gold. Let's do silver quick. All right. Silver had a nice little breakout day yesterday. Now, high odds, high probability, when you get as simple as it sounds, green takes out red, you get follow through. Okay. I don't know if things are slowing down. We hit that $95, mark before the end of the week, which we had, called for. And then we were saying, 100 maybe by the end of the month, whatever. And I think all that is still possible, but begin to have a little weakness here in the market. Not that one little red candle is going to devastate the market. We're going to, pull down into the, 30s or 40s. I'm just saying, kind of watch out for that because even silver is great of a, year, week, month, that we're having. It still needs to do, the same thing any other asset does in a bull market. Okay. And for some people, that'll be an opportunity, to scale in a little bit more on these pullbacks, or, take profits up here and go on about their day. And then also on the weekly, which is kind of, getting up there, and here's all the consolidation that caused this to run. Okay. Because the tighter the spring, the more narrow the consolidation. Okay. The stronger, the more violent the expansion. Okay. Compressed consolidation leads to, expansive moves in the market, any asset. It could be Bitcoin, it could be, Apple, Apple, Tesla, whatever. Okay. And as you can see here on the weekly, we're even more extended above the 20. And when that's, beginning to be parabolic. Really what you want in a bull market is somewhat of a 45-degree angle. Okay. Of course, you're going to have, pullback, it's going to be like this, not going to be in a straight line, but that's the most healthy, strongest type of market that can, sustain higher highs over an extended period of time. Now, that's the weekly. Here's the daily. To the daily, I mean, after we did real good right through here, and then starting in April, May of last year, we began to have those parabolic runs, pull back, and then from really November, uh, the middle of November, end of November last year, has been kind of on a real rip. Okay, let me take a quick look at the DXY for you. Okay, here we go, US dollar currency index. And again, they're kind of holding this range here. Um, Don't know how long that's going to last, but a couple of nice pullback candles, red candles, big slam down candle yesterday, and then here we are today. So the U.S. dollar, well, the DXY needs to today either get up and over that 20 and the 200, or at least consolidate for through the end of the week. Then next week try to go, or we're going to end up, something like that. Okay, down here testing these that support zone, that low pivot in this range. Okay, so that's the story on the DXY. But guys, appreciate you watching. If you'd like to learn more, get more involved in these charts, be able to do this anytime, pop them up, take a look, see what your investments are doing as far as chart wise, technical analysis. We can hold your hand, walk you through that. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the charts.